Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you taking time out of y'all's busy schedule. Stop in and see what it is I'm up to. It is Monday, the 9th of August, 2021. About 2:30 in the afternoon. 91 degrees Fahrenheit here in Jacksonville, Florida, with a humidity of 68%. Overcast, storms in the area, yada yada yada. 33 degrees Celsius. And yes, I am outing and abouting and not over at the kids' place. I need to circle back around and see what that was on the curb. Just because I thought it looked like a radiator. Just a quick glimpse. Probably wasn't, but we'll go see. Right now I have radiators or radiators or however you pronounce it on the mind. See how this little cooling box does. Just let it circulate a little bit. Anyway, my son-in-law got in touch with me last night and said that he was going to take the day off and spend it with the little guys. Mom's out of town. She's out in somewhere out in Pensacola. Got a lot of traffic back here. For the middle of the day on a Monday. Let's see what we got over here. It is not a radiator. Busted up hot plate. May not even be busted up. That was the grease tray that was laying next to it. It's like the third one I've found recently. They must have a sale on the new ones or something. The last two worked, they just need to be cleaned up. This one, the surface is a little, the non-stick is a little messed up, but go ahead and grind that off. Season it, it should be fine. This one's actually smaller than the ones I've come across in the past. So, where were we? My son-in-law taking the time off to be with the boys. My daughter's out of Pensacola. Her company's looking at several new properties to buy. So she's out looking them over. I must say that I'm proud of the kid. I mean, she dropped out of school in 7th grade because she'd been left back 3 or 4 times, I forget. Because she was messing around. She wasn't paying attention in class or whatever. We ended up going to court twice because of her smoking on campus or whatever. So she ended up quitting and then going and getting her GED and graduating before the class that she started school with actually graduated. I think she graduated a year before her class or something like that. And she had an associate's degree on top of her GED by the time her class graduated. She stopped at her and her sister, my other daughter, had a consignment shop. It was doing okay. My oldest daughter stopped at a job fair and ended up getting a job in the mobile home park industry at the base. I mean, very, I forget what she was doing, but basically office work. Quickly moved up to assistant manager, and then they gave her a small property to run by herself, and she turned it around, and they gave her a larger property, she turned that around, and they gave her another large property, and then a second one on top of it. And at one point, the property I'm at now headhunted her, and like that's where she's at now. She turned that property all around, and when they recently sold it, the new company kept her and like what she's doing, so they've got 2 more properties here locally, or 3 more properties here locally that they're looking to turn around, and then 2 in Pensacola. And I think there's another one, but she's going to be a busy girl if they get all these properties. So, someone that dropped out of high school, she's doing pretty good. Like I said, she got her GED. I mean, I dropped out of high school. I dropped out of high school my senior year. The end of January, my senior year, in fact. For basically the same reason. I got out of my car at school and reached back inside to put the cigarette out in the ashtray, and turned around, and there was the vice principal. And he suspended me for smoking on school property. So I was like, well, whatever, dude. I quit. And went down and talked to the various recruiters. The Air Force recruiter said, okay, but you have to get your GED within so long after getting out of basic. Like, all right. So that's what I did. And while I was in, you could pretty much get rank by getting good grades or whatever. Getting like once I got my GED, I was able to get a rank, and I kept going back for these other classes and whatever, and for however many what are they? So however many semesters, like you had to complete so many semesters and have good grades and whatever, and that went towards getting another grade on your, another stripe. Oh man, griddle may not have been the best choice. It's rattling around like crazy. And I needed that because I went down in rank, up and down in rank like a yo-yo. I just realized they paved this road. That's cool. And the pavement ends, or the new pavement ends. But anyhow, so my son got Sherry all put back together again yesterday. We have to wait until later today or this evening or tomorrow to actually start her up and see if the problem is fixed, because the Loctite that we put on the Healy coil, thread replacement, needs to set, and then we have to do a couple of heat cycles on the motor. But I noticed that he was wearing my knife that usually rides in the pocket of the door, Sherry's door. And I said, "Oh, you kind of like that knife, huh?" He says, "Yeah, I'm taking it." "Oh, really?" "Well, I broke mine, and this one seems like it's going to fit. I like the way it feels." And he's got huge hands, so for him to get a knife that feels good, except it's a right hand sheath, and he's left-handed, so the knife does ride in the sheath backwards. He's able to use it. Let's see. See how busy the college is today. That was driving me crazy. Goodness. Anyhow, I'm looking for an interesting spot to do a show and tell video. Can't tell if that guy is security or what. No, he looks like JEA, so that's cool. This is my chill box. Well, it's my first iteration of my chill box. What we have, I'm going to do another video on this too. What we have in here is 20 feet of this vinyl tubing. See this? There we go. A small USB fountain pump. It's looped in. There's a big chunk of ice, and there's a little bit of water down in there. It's circulating. It's all circulating through. This is a radiator for a PC fan, computer fan, or to cool a computer down. And this is a USB powered fan I got at Walmart. I like these fans. They blow a nice amount of air. Now, I've watched a couple of different channels. Desert Sun 02 on YouTube is the primary channel. And then there's Cool School and Renaissance Man. I've gotten ideas from all three of those. A Renaissance Builder, something to that effect. Now, I've built these in the past. Not quite as elaborate as this. And they do work. I mean, this is putting out some rather nice, cool air. Not a lot, because these fans don't really work all that. Don't put out a whole lot of air, but I mean, from where it is to where I'm at, I can feel that. And it's 90 degrees outside, so I'm going to sit here for a little bit and see how this works. Now, I can pull more tubing out. So that I can set this up on the dashboard. I think. Yeah. My other camera mount's getting in the way. Oh yeah. Again, that fan doesn't throw a lot of air. I was going to use copper tubing, and I may go ahead and change. I probably won't use the copper tubing, but I'm probably going to get another fan and put down in the cold water, because this isn't really icy cold. It is kind of cold, not icy cold. So that, or I'll go and get some regular ice. But that's not bad, considering. Anyway, this should work when I'm sitting at the school. Hopefully. I've got a few ideas on changing it around. A different fan. Like I said, replacing the vinyl tubing with another radiator. Insulating that box. That's just, something that I grabbed up. There's what, about 6 inches worth of difference between the two fans, between the fan and the radiator. Anyway, this is all stuff I need to talk about in the other video, isn't it? But in the meantime, it looks kind of crazy. Let's see. It's kind of a show with the bubbles, because I didn't get you all back in here again. I didn't get all the air out of the system. As long as it doesn't catch up and lock up, we're good. I've also got a valve I might slow it down with. Anyway, keep saying that's enough on this topic. But let's see where we at here on time. Right at 20 minutes. So go ahead and get out of here and figure out what else I'm going to do. See how I can set this thing up and do another video on it. Let me know what you think, folks. Give me a thumbs down or thumbs up. Leave me a comment wherever it is y'all leave comments on your internet access device of choice. If you'd like to share me around your social media, that'd be fandoculous. If you want to check me out on Facebook or Instagram, there I go again. Not on these type of videos, do I? I'll probably end up linking to this cooler thing and maybe a couple of others, but we'll see. If your loved ones are nearby, give them a kiss and a hug. If they're not, give them a call. Hit them up on Facebook. Let them know you think about them. Let them know you love them. We ain't promised tomorrow, people. We ain't promised our next breath. So I see y'all again. I hope you have a fandoculous day. Sláinte, y'all.